Hi guys, my name's Nick. I'm a digital marketing strategist and front-end developer for Big Gun Digital. I'm a new member of the team, and I've been presented with various scenarios for different clients in different industries. And I've basically been asked to run through these scenarios to demonstrate my browser search or search engine sort of habits and sort of keywords I would look for when researching various products and services for different types of businesses. Now, in this particular type of scenario, I'm assuming that I'm in charge of props for a film. And I'm looking for someone to produce a 13-foot robot for the film. I'm working with a designer, and I've got a 3D artwork that I'm looking to get produced. And someone suggested to me that perhaps I should get this done with a 3D printer. And I've had the designer create some CAD files for the project, and now I'm at a stage where I need to go online and look for a local provider, bearing in mind that my location is based in High Wycombe. So, with that being said, I would probably look primarily at High Wycombe businesses, and then failing the success of that, if there's none around, I would look for businesses within the surrounding communities. So that could be Buckinghamshire, Berkshire, Oxfordshire, or Hertfordshire. But obviously that would depend on what I find after my primary search. So I check a few websites, see what I come up with. I'll explain my thought process of why I've shown interest in some of these sites and why I would or wouldn't work with them and what would influence my decisions. I'm browsing in incognito mode within the web browser, which basically means that I'm browsing without giving away my own geographic location. For those of you that don't know, when you open up a web browser, it generally looks at your geographic location. You make your search, you provide your search terms, and then it will provide businesses close to you. So by putting it in incognito mode and it not knowing where I am, and it not storing any data or anything like that, it creates a much more transparent search and brings back uh, more accurate results to track across the board, without any sort of additional preferences added, other than what I'm searching for specifically. So, with that in mind, we're gonna do a normal search, and we're gonna search for 3D printing in High Wycombe. We're not going to search for a 3D printer, because that would literally return a set of results based on companies that provide 3D printers for sale. What we do want is a 3D printing service in High Wycombe, but I don't think we actually need to specify service. We'll try first with 3D printing High Wycombe, and I think that'll be sufficient for what we want. Ideally, when you're searching for things, you want to keep the keywords or key phrases as short as possible. So let's see what we come up with anyway. So let's take a look at some of our results anyway. Yeah, so straight off the bat, we can see that there's a Google AdWords sort of advert for CRDM. So yeah, it's a Quick Part UK 3D Systems, manufacturing Wycombe, England, which is great, so it's local. Contact number, yeah, we've got 6 reviews. Reviews look good. It's encouraging. So yeah, we'll definitely take a look at these guys. So I'm just going to open a tab up for them. Let's have a look what else we've got. 3D printers. No, I don't want to buy. So I don't want to buy them. Big part. No, not really sure about that. 3D printing hub. Could be a good resource for finding other local businesses. Might speed up the process. CRDM rapid prototyping. That's the same company. CRDM again. Wow, they're really hitting this first page quite well. 3ds Hub again. Business listings, always good. I would recommend that obviously anybody that can hit as many of these as possible, because often they do come up more than businesses actually do themselves. Sometimes they rank a lot better. What else have we got? Wickham Engineering, Playmart. That doesn't really sound like what I'm looking for. 3D Systems Europe, Bucks Business First Business. So yeah, definitely going to have a look at these guys. I mean, for those of you that don't know, Bucks Business First are a local business group that help businesses to grow within the area. So they do a lot of meetings, a lot of workshops, and they really do sort of help people to connect. So anybody that's in the local area, I would definitely recommend that they get on the page, which is free, and obviously and start getting involved. It's a good way to drive up some awareness in the local community. What else have we got? 3D printing jobs? No, it's irrelevant. AMP Creative. We can have a look at those, I suppose. I think that'll do. Right, so let's have a look at the first one. 3D printing, crdm.co.uk. I mean, yeah, it's a very simple, old school website. I'd say it could do with a facelift. It's almost as if it's been forced to be responsive. It's very, well, dare I say, prehistoric, but it could do with some love. I find that this 3D Systems bit here, normally that's where you'd see the primary logo, so I would say that should be CRDM, or if the business name is 3D Systems, then maybe the domain should be called that. It's confusing. Obviously there's probably some sort of partnership here, so you've got CRDM at 3D Systems, so surely CRDM should be on the left and maybe 3D Systems should be on the right, because that's the way it reads. Contact information here could be a bit more prominent. Search, I'm not sure. Doesn't look like it's HTTPS either. So as of the end of October, Google deranks any sites that aren't HTTPS, and the S just stands for secure, so that gives people a bit more comfort in knowing that you're a secure business, or your website's a secure platform. But aside from that, market leaders in 3D printing and rapid prototyping. Content is very long. It could be presented better, and I think that would drive user engagement. But I can already say that I do business with these guys, and obviously it's not for the website, but I'll tell you why. So I'm after quite a large scale 3D print. It's quite a heavy duty project. Now, looking at these guys, I've already identified a few things. One, they do TV and film, so that's what we're after, some sort of entertainment based prop. So I know that they can handle that, but more so, they deal with architectural models, aerospace and aircraft, and those are obviously quite heavy duty. So I definitely know that they've got quite large machines, and they can probably handle any size of work that I would be needing. So with that in mind, and with the reviews, stuff like that, then I'd definitely say they're a safe bet. I may request to see their place of work, just to go down and reassure myself, but I'm assuming that wouldn't be a problem, because obviously if I'm doing some sort of entertainment or film or stuff like that, then I know that they're going to want more work from me in the future, and they'll encourage that, I would imagine. Also, looking at this building on the About Us page, it's quite a large building, and it's got their logo on the side, so I would assume that's solely for them, which again I would expect that they would have in order to print the large scale projects that they've got. So they've got some social presences as well. I don't really need to look at those for the moment, because it looks like they do what I want. Obviously, I could check them out. I'd check them out on LinkedIn probably. Maybe look at their YouTube if they've got some cool videos of some of the projects that they've been on. So we can have a look. Let's have a look. It's a different site at the moment. Okay, so can't really see much. It's probably because I'm not logged into mine. They've got 122 followers, so they're relatively active. Linked into various businesses. Can't see a little bit more about them, so I'll have a look a bit later, but it's not really a priority at the moment. So yeah, I mean, it looks quite good. There's a few things that I do differently. I say bring it up to speed, but I think that's a good example for now. So let's just have a look at some of their TV and film pages, perhaps. Wow, so they've done work with big films. So yeah, I mean, what a reference. So yeah, it's just the way the information is presented. I think it just needs bringing up to speed. But other than that, we'll leave that for now. That is definitely a good example. I'm just going to move on. So 3D hubs. So search, put your location in. You can even upload your files. What else have we got? Choose your material. Okay, so for companies that specialize in certain materials, you can basically put in a list of details and it will bring up recommendations for the area. And then it would, I would imagine, print off a list of links a bit like Go Compare or something, and you can just click them and go. So this would be another good source. I would imagine anyone relative to this field would be on here. If you're not, you probably should be. Let's have a look at another one. 3D Systems is actually CRDM. Just realised after going to the website, so this is quite confusing really. So I don't know if they've got two different listings or what, but I would personally, I would think about some sort of way of unifying the brand logo, because you hear, look, you've got CRDM Quick Parts UK 3D Systems, but here it's just listed as 3D Systems. I think consistency is key here, because that's quite confusing in terms of branding. I'm going to move on from this anyway because we've already looked at this site. 3D Print Revolution. It's not the home page, so I'm hoping the home page is a bit better because that's awful. Okay, so this is a pretty modern, cool website. Very simple. Recent works. I don't want to watch a video. I mean, I could watch a video if I was doing this for myself. Realistically, I probably would, but for the sake of this video, I'm not going to watch a video. But I think it's quite cool to show interesting projects that you've worked on, from film stuff to tiny intricate stuff to that'd be cool things to see, and see the quality of work and some testimonials. If I click on this, I don't want to see. Okay, it's just going to show me a video. So I'll tell you what, let's just play one quickly. Okay, well, their videos are unavailable, so that's not great, but let's see if we've got anything in here quickly. I'm not sure this is what we're after. This is more so, I think this is like computer animation, is it? And advertising stands and stuff. I don't know. Brand identity, design, marketing. Oh, okay, so it's a digital creative business. Well, that's just completely pointless and irrelevant to us. So, 3D rapid prototyping. So on this first page, actually, most of it is dominated by CRDM and 3D Systems. You've got AMP Creative, who are irrelevant because they look like some sort of marketing branding agency. Then you've got these guys, which is just, let's try the home page. Large titanium parts. They are a 3D printing company. Information's a bit better presented, but again, it's an old school website. It looks old school. Services. Rapid prototyping, 3D printing. See, these guys don't look as good as the CRDM guys. It's not enough information. It's not broken down by industry, and they've got one testimonial, which probably isn't even a real one. I'm not sure about this really. I mean, CRDM seems to be, to me, to be the only choice unless you're going to delve down 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 pages. What have we got here? See, these are all selling 3D printers, 3D systems again, business directory listings, CRDM. I mean, it's unlikely that people are going to search 3 or 4 pages in just to find something, and it's the same businesses anyway. It's not, then it goes to job stuff. It's well, it's self-explanatory really. I mean, from what I can see, at the end of the day, there is only one choice that people are going to probably look at. Sorry, one option. Buckinghamshire. So we're going to try Buckinghamshire just to try and see if we can branch out a little bit. 3D printing Buckinghamshire. 3D printing metal parts, that's not what we need. 3D printing entertainment. '3D printing for entertainment is what we probably want. 3D print direct, maybe that's one. That's Aylesbury. They've got an AdWords site as well. What else have we got? Nope. In animation entertainment. Let's try 3D printing film props. Right, bear with me, I'm just trying to create some different cases because what we're actually seeing is just sort of a bit dominant and we need to have some variation here. So, Stratasys, unprecedented 3D printing, blah, 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 blah. These guys look good again. So, they've done the same sort of thing. They split it by industry, which is the way to go, I think. Website is minimal effort's been put into this. We've got some case studies, which are a great way to sort of reinforce your authority. But I think for something like this, I don't think case studies would be as good as showing the process, showing the quality of workmanship. And I think that can be achieved by video better than anything, and then perhaps a video testimonial. But certainly, if I'm looking to do something large scale or very intricate, I'd want to see maybe the design stages without giving too much away, the quality, and the end product. That's what I'd be interested in personally. So yeah, it looks like they sell them stuff. I'll probably give these guys a call. Again, with both of these websites, with CRDM and these guys, I would give them both a call. These guys have a lengthy form. I probably would not be bothered filling that in. It just needs to be short and sweet. So if it's going to be a form, maybe something like name, email, telephone, and a message. Company you don't really need because the whatever company name will generally give that away anyway, and plus you can get that when you get on the phone to them. They're not going to be bothered about the company name as long as they're getting money, and at the end of the day you just want to get your details across to start a conversation as quickly as possible. So maybe a live chat feature would be good, but for these guys I can't imagine they'd probably have the time for that. But definitely I would give them both of these examples a call. What have we got? 3D print direct, cool modern website, broken down, really simplified. Okay, so they only build parts. They've got a lot of experience, but it's a modern website. I mean, this is probably the most well presented out of all of the examples. It's easy to follow, it's consistent, good design, but again, unfortunately, they only print parts. So, yeah, they're not really going to be a good fit for us. So it's going to fall back to the other two guys. But yeah, I mean, there's room for improvement in each aspect. I'm not going to bother looking around this. I'm sure I could find some stuff that they could do a bit better. But at the end of the day, they don't do what we want. So I think that the first two options are going to be the best. So I'm sorry if this has been a lengthy video, but I'll try and give you as much information as possible. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I'll be sure to do some more again in the future. So I hope that's given you a few things to think about, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.